Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you all doing, guys? We're getting ready to our daily briefing for October 14, 2020. Primary elections and elections already open, so people can go and have some early votes. We'll see how next year's thing comes up. This morning, I'm going to go over with you into the market that is kind of not moving anywhere right now. We talked before about the proportional stock price distribution. We're going to have a video that will show you how to do this without having to have the picture and move it on. And you can kind of estimate the same amount where the possibility of the stock moving to what point and then coming back down again. So with this, that we have a video on it before, proportional stock price distribution and how to tell what is the possible price coming in the future. So we're going to have a video that it will cover the same thing, but without the distribution there, saying you already know that we got about 64%. You can estimate the percentage without having to have the bell curve attached to your chart. So with that, we're going to move into today's stocks and how markets are doing. So the Dow Jones Industrial is still 50 points right now. It on doing nothing new. It's coming to very close to the top of the highest for the year and the history of 29,000. So we're encountering some resistance at this point. But we got other stuff to look at it. As you can tell, the 10-year treasury start coming down. And this is how the treasury actually depend on money that they borrow every Tuesday. Every Tuesday is an auction to borrow money. And that's an indication that there's a lot of cash coming in, so they don't have to pay higher interest. Meanwhile, Apple is struggling. Day before, they talked about last Monday about the new 5G phone that's coming up. So some people drove the price up. It make a little gap, but it didn't hold. And this morning it's struggling again. You got to understand that the G5 technology is not available everywhere right now. So it's not something like it's set in stone yet. So this is why Apple is struggling with that, because who want to buy a phone that is G5 capable, but there's no G5 technology in the area where you live. With that, I'm going to tell you that we got a new stock that we keep an eye on it. It's doing real good and probably going to possibility to start breaking out again. This is ALXN, and it's a pharmaceutical. It's about 125. This morning is minus 45, but it's a good company for long term. Now for day trading, Advanced Micro Device is still struggling on the price. We don't know, is it going to go into channel or is it going to break out, but not at this time. But we expect it to eventually to reach 100. But this is not going to happen overnight. Over here, we have now ASML. This is a good company. It's not a United States company. They're located in Switzerland, but these people are raking it in. They're making money, and they kind of come up over here from the low 270. It reached 390s and then kind of went flat to absorb that. And now it's back on the move. So it's a good recommendation. The stock is kind of high, $410 a share. However, you can buy options of that and make your money on it too. We don't have much about this charging company, but we still have it on the list. Neither with CLF. We don't worry too much about this one either. It's traveling down at $8, CBA Holdings. So now we have a new one here, D.R. Horton. D.R. Horton is one of the real estate companies. They are home builders. It's the largest in the nation, and they are on fire. Their Horton had come in from $55 to $75 in less than 2 months. Now it's taking a rest period and it's getting ready to break out again. So keep an eye on it. You can buy some options on it also and make some money. Don't worry about the price. If you can afford the price, you go ahead and buy some options on it. We're planning to do the same, but I always don't do it because I do it. DraftKings, we're still tracking it. However, DraftKings have problems. One of the problems is that they decided to issue 30 million more shares. They're raising money, and that's not good, because when you issue more shares or you have a split on the stock, you're actually lowering the price of the stock. You're diluting the value of the company by means that it don't go to worth more, but then more shares for the same amount of value. So yes, you can buy it cheaper, but that don't mean that it's going to help you any at this time. So DraftKings is selling shares, 30 millions of that, to raise money due to the virus that the people can't go to the games, and a lot of the games have been canceled because the players have been infected with the virus. So that's what we have about DraftKings. Facebook is still trailing around there, don't moving too much on it. It might move to 300, but the government is after them. The Department of Justice is planning to get some hit lists on it, and therefore, nobody wanted to really buy into this at this time. However, we got a new one here. This is from Fidelity Blue Chip Growth Funds. This is Fidelity Blue Chips Growth Fund, FBGRX. And this is a stock that is on fire also. We're coming from 70 to 140, and they got a long history of making money. You're a long-term investor, and you don't want to have the hassle or dealing with the stock up and down. This is the stock to buy, because let the managers take care of the money for you. You buy the stock, you buy into this mutual fund, and they make it on the average 10 to 20% on your money. So a 20% rate, you can double your money in 5 years. So that's not bad. We got another one that is a new IPO, and this IPO is Phantom Holding, FTHM. FTHM is at 24, but this morning is having some little issue here, so we'll see how that go. But in case you want to keep track of that one, there's the spider on gold. It don't do much good either. Gold, for the gold buff people. GameStop, which is also the same thing for gaming, technology, and football game bets and stuff like that, is hanging at 12. So we'll see how it goes from here. They got good possibility. At least they don't sell any more shares. Golden Metric, it don't doing much well either, so we don't worry much about that. Now we got here Carbus Gold Incorporated. And as you can tell, these people are operating in the state of Nevada, and they believe that they can get to a whole bunch of gold underground with some kind of process probably similar to fracking. So we'll see how they go too, but right now they don't doing much. They don't doing much at all. So hopefully when the gold is out of the ground, they will see. So for right now, it's just day trading deal, whether it's calls on put or short sellers on it. Energy Home is another stock too that is doing real good in real estate. They are home builders, and home building in some part of the state are on fire, and they're making a killing. So got to keep an eye on that. Microsoft is hanging in there, so it's trying to form a cup. So it probably got a little bit higher to 230 on the high, but it's something to wait for. Not much So the market is kind of dull lately this week as we're approaching election time. So there's very little that can be done. This one, as I mentioned before, PLTR, the what I call the CIA company, because I have done work for the CIA. As we can see, they don't going nowhere. And remember that I mentioned that these people for 17 years, they haven't made no money. So got to think about it. It's all in the hype when the IPO comes in, and now we're seeing the result. You know, they open up, 17 years in business with no profit. I don't see how the heck they're still in business. So that's where we stand. And this morning is just about the same thing with them. Virgin Galactic, we'll see when they reach the moon. But this is stock that we track, and here with the SPY. For today, it's kind of fair, not going much anywhere because the market is not moving either. So we'll see how this goes. Toll Brothers, they make custom homes, and you know that they've been making money left and right. They're coming from $32 to $50. That's a $20 move in 3 months. So we can coattail on this. They're going to continue going. So TOL is the code, TOL, if you decide to trade for this. With that, that's all I have for today, with the exception of the video that we're planning to make on proportional distribution and using the percentage line. Now that we know what the percentage is, where the most trade 64, 68%, and you'll be able to determine the future price of the stocks. So you'll have a good morning. Happy trading. Whatever we can do today, going to be very little. I don't plan to do anything because the market is not moving. As I mentioned before, for day traders, you should find a stock that they can move $5 up or down. If the stock don't do that kind of movement daily, you're going to have difficulty making any money. So the volatility of $5 on the stock is very important. Never mind on the price. Never mind if it's a $5 stock or a $10 stock. If you have $5 move, you can make some money. So with that, we want to wish you a good day, and we're coming into hump day this week and see what happened the rest of the week. So have a good day and a good trading. Thank you. Bye-bye.